Okay, great. Once again, good morning, and I hope everyone is staying safe at their respective places. So without wasting further time, we'll just go to today's agenda, right? So first of all, about me, I'm the director for Certronica Group. We are a service partner and implementation partner for Dassault Systems SolidWorks and technology partner for Siemens Digital Software, right? And Bomb Creator is an add-on developed by our team for the automation of bill of material for SolidWorks as well as Solid Edge 3D CAD. So as today's agenda is more being focused on the automation of bill of material, so we'll start from the basics, right? So first of all, let's understand why do we create bill of material? We create bill of materials to understand number of fabrication parts, manufacturing parts, right? In any machine, we just need to know, right? What is the composition of my machine? What are the different grades of material being used in my machine, right? Or to understand what are the items which are required to be manufactured in-house, what are required to be outsourced, etc. Right? So bill of material becomes a critical component of our manufacturing process, right? So without which today it is really hard to get the manufacturing done. So talking about SolidWorks or Solid Edge, there are already inbuilt features available in the 3D CAD system for some kind of bill of material. So we'll be talking about on SolidWorks. Right? So on SolidWorks, the SolidWorks users may know there are three types of bill of material. One is the top level BOM, parts only BOM, and the indented BOM. The top level BOM is nothing but the details of items available in my first level or my any given machine, right? So it gives you the it could be the items available in the first level of a main assembly. So it will give you the details of all those stuff, right? Next is the parts only BOM. So parts only BOM is the combined detail. It's a mixed detail of all the SolidWorks parts, right? It could be a hardware, it could be a manufacturing part, it could be a hardware, etc. So it's a mixed detail of the complete machine. When I talk about the indented BOM, it's an hierarchical BOM, a parent-child relationship BOM, right? So it gives the details of what is the parent, what is the sub-assembly, what is the child, etc. So in spite of having the basic functionalities of bill of material in our SolidWorks or Solid Edge, still there are challenges, certain sort of gaps or certain sort of challenges what we see in day-to-day life. One of the major challenge is the spending too much of time in creating and uploading BOMs in our SAP or ERP system, right? So today, if we see in 80% or more than 85% of companies do have some kind of SAP or ERP system implemented in the place, right? So, and this system is being used to communicate with the different departments of the organization. So now what designers are supposed to do is they are supposed to make the drawings and they are also required to prepare BOM and upload them, right, in the SAP or ERP system. So how do they do it? They do it in two options. One is they manually type each and every item with the respective details, right? Or they prepare some kind of CSV, Excel or whatever format and they upload it in the SAP or ERP system. So both the jobs are like manual job and a time consuming job, right? Next challenge what we see is the complete chaos between different departments of the organization, right? So now why this chaos happened? Because as I said, we prepare BOMs manually. So when I prepare BOM manually, there are chances of mistakes, and these mistakes are not identified during the design phase but are identified during the assembly or the manufacturing stage, which becomes actually too late, right? Next is the segregation of parts in a machine. So in a given machine, so normally a concern of the production manager or production engineer, initial concern becomes only the manufacturing parts. And when we talk about the purchase team, they want to know about the what are the hardware things, right? So in any given machine or given order, right? So now as soon as they receive the complete bill of material, they start segregating it out of their concern and they start releasing accordingly the orders or the production part, right? So again, a manual job, tedious job. Next is the delay of delivery project because of wrong planning, what we say. So now every project, every machine do have a set delivery date, right? So if I get an order today, I'm supposed to deliver it in say 4 months of time or 5 months of time or 6 months of time, right? So now within this span of time, what I'm supposed to do is basically I need to plan my complete project based on the lead time. And if I fail to do that, I get my project getting delayed. So next major challenge is the problem of tracking of release of drawings. So as a design engineer, we are supposed to release drawings. So, but what we do is basically the production team or the quality team or the purchase team comes back again and again and they ask us, like, whom did you release the drawing? When did you release the drawing? Or please re-release the drawing. And as a normal practice, what we do is we maintain some kind of register of release of drawings, tracking for the tracking of drawings. To whom did we release the drawing, on which date, which component drawing would be released, right? We maintain it some kind of register or an Excel. And sometimes if we miss the complete entry, so the track is lost. Next is the calculation of actualized costing. Next is the actualized costing. Actualized costing is basically we need to understand what are the cost components, right? So the cost component could be the fabrication cost, material cost, right? The engineering. So we need to make sure we cover all the major cost components. At any point of time, we miss any major cost component, we normally go into the cost contingency process. Another challenge is the handling of production of multiple drawings at the same time. So when we get multiple projects, order for multiple projects, so we sometimes get, the management of the complete project accurately becomes another major tedious challenge for us, right? So identifying these issues in the manufacturing sector, we came up with a solution called BOM Creator, right? So this BOM Creator is basically nothing but the complete solution what we are trying to bring in, right? So let me take you to the interface of the software. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see the BOM Creator interface? Hello? Okay, great. Okay, yeah. So now this is the basic interface. So you can work it in two ways, right? So one is we have the shortcut, we launch it and we start working on it. Or the second or the other option is, as I said, it's completely integrated to our SolidWorks CAD system, right? So you have the buttons inside the SolidWorks window and you can just start creating BOMs out of here. So you can do it either ways, right? The way you want. So either I do it from the interface. So let me explain you the feature and we'll take everything one by one, right? So first option, what you could see is the ERP BOM. So the ERP BOM here, what we do is basically we give you a BOM which can be readily uploaded to your SAP or ERP system. So how do we do that? Basically, what we do here is basically understand your database of the ERP system. We understand the tables wherein we need to make the entry of our items, right? Of the details what we have to enter in the ERP system. Understand that and prepare a format wherein we get all the required information for the ERP system, for your database, and make the required entry through either we give you an Excel or CSV format which can be uploaded, a ready template for your ERP SAP system, or we can directly connect it with your ERP system wherein all the data is fetched from your 3D CAD data to your ERP system, right? Next is the design BOM. Design BOM is nothing but a enhanced version of our SolidWorks intended BOM, a level by level detail of each and every component, right? So now, when I say level by level, it gives you the parent child, their respective quantity, everything, right? Next is the part list, which basically gives you the option to segregate your manufacturing part out of your complete machine, right? So if I want to identify only the manufacturing parts, I can click and generate a report which will have only details of manufacturing parts. Similarly, I can do it for the bought out items, right? Or any other industry specific requirement you have that can be customized as per your requirement. So it could be part, sheet metal, hardware, BOP, machine components, etc. Right? So it could be anything. So let me go to the SolidWorks interface, right? Here, as you see, So here, as you see, so that's a complete button, set of buttons, right? So now here we are giving one provision, extra provision, what we call is the add consumable items. So what is this option is about? So now talking about certain components like paint, lubrication oil. So these cannot be made as a part of our 3D CAD model, right? But these actually sometimes become part of my manufacturing BOM, regular manufacturing BOM, right? So with this add consumable item option, we give you a provision wherein you can all those stuff which are not part of a 3D CAD system, and you can make them part of our bill of material, right? So I'll just say save. So these are the items which I need to add: paint, lubrication, belt, let's say, right? I just save, okay. And as soon as I click on the ERP BOM, it will ask me, do you want to add the consumable items to your BOM? If I say yes, so now when my BOM will be created, it will have all the information of my 3D CAD model as well as my the consumable items what I've added, right? So based on the size of the assembly, based on the size of the component, it takes that much of time and it creates a ready to upload BOM, right? As I said, yeah, there you go. You can see the Excel, right? So this is an Excel, the BOM has been created, and now you have the details of consumable item as well at the bottom of the report, right? So this can be added the place you want to add, right? So these field can be completely customized, right? Any questions still here? Anyone you would like to ask anything? Right? Okay, so let's go further, right? So that was your ERP BOM. Let's go and create, say, design BOM. Again, it's asked me for design BOM as well. It will ask me if you want to create, add the consumer item. Let's say I do not want to add them. I'll say no. Yes, there's a question. Meanwhile, there's a question which says how this Excel can be connected to the ERP system, right? So now look, there are two ways, as I said. So right, either we connect this Excel to ERP system or we directly integrate with your database, right? For that, we need to understand the database of your ERP system, and we can make a necessary arrangement wherein that can be directly connected to your ERP system, right? So this is one of the way what we create. We do it sometimes what industries follow is they get it in a Excel or ERP or Excel or CSV format and upload it in the ERP system, right? Certain set of ERP systems allows that, but at certain stage, if your ERP system doesn't accept any Excel format, we can connect it directly to your database. Right? Hope I have answered your question. And that's the second BOM. This is the design BOM, what I've been talking about. So now this design BOM has the complete parent-child relationship, right? So it has created again in Excel, and with, if you want to put some images, you can add some images to your BOM. If you do not want them, you can also have BOMs without images, right? So you can have this complete, so it gives you the detail, right? The first level, the second level, third level, goes so on, so on. Yes, yes, yes. So that is what I'm trying to show you. So we have thumbnail images. We have images of the parts and the assemblies out there, right? And at the end, you get this material summary, right? So this is material summary of different grades of material being used in this machine, and these are their respective weight, right? So now, how does this help me? So this will help me in planning of my project, right? And everything is being done during the design phase itself. As soon as my 3D is complete, I can start releasing these BOMs, right? And this BOM can be used for my planning and the manufacturing activity, purchase activity, etc. Right? So this gives me complete freedom to do that. So now the production team or the purchase team need not wait for the drawings to get released to start their planning activity. They can start their planning activity as soon as my 3D is complete. 3D design is complete. Similarly, if I want the part list, so I can get a part list of the details of the manufacturing part, right? So I have the details of only the manufacturing parts out there. So it won't have the details of bought out or hardware out there, right? And all the reports will have the material summary, right? So this gives me a freedom to get my planning done, right? Say similarly, I want to know the bought out items detail. So it have the details of only bought out and hardware items, right? So no manufacturing part. So this becomes easier to give the bombs to the different departments with their respective details. This hardware BOP details don't have the weight details because since they are being purchased in numbers or numbers of quantity, right? So we don't give the summary there. Moving further, there's something called priority part list. So what is this priority? So talking about the priority is something basically like the manufacturing lead time, planning for the manufacturing lead time. So now every manufacturing component does have a set manufacturing lead time. So what do I mean by manufacturing lead time? So there is a component, if I release today, the drawing, if I release today, it could get manufactured say in 5 days of time. So there is a component which could be made say in 15 days of time. So there is a component which could be made in the days of time from the date of drawing release, right? So every component has its own manufacturing lead time. So now here we give you a provision wherein you can categorize and summarize your major manufacturing parts and set the level of priority in the way that they have to get manufactured. So as a design engineer or a design manager, my intention would be to take the items first which will take more time to get manufactured, right? So items being having higher lead time, manufacturing lead time becomes part of my high priority part list. Items with average manufacturing lead time becomes a part of a medium priority part list, and items with the least manufacturing lead time become part of my low priority part list. Similarly, for the bought out items, I need to purchase a pneumatic cylinder. I need to purchase a, let's say, a solenoid bulb, right? So everything will have a purchase lead time. Basically, if I order today, I'll get it in 3 weeks of time. If I order today, I may get it in 6 weeks of time, right? So everything has to be planned within my set delivery date, right? As I said, so the delivery date have the complete designing time, manufacturing time, purchase time, packing, transportation, everything has to be covered with this that time. So this feature gives you a provision wherein you can categorize and start prioritizing everything, right? So if I want to say I want to create a high priority part list, I can click and create a high priority part list, right? So now with this high priority part list, we'll have the details of the items with the highest priority with the higher manufacturing lead time, right? You can just click and you can just have a create this. Similarly, if I want to create a high priority part bought out bomb, so I can have that high priority bought out list as well, right? So the planning of the complete manufacturing can be eased out, right? Going further, issue details, talking about the drawing tracking details, right? So now when I want to say I want to have the I want to know to what are the drawings which have been released to production, or what are drawings which are released to purchase, what are the items which are released to quality, right? Or what are the items, right? So if I want to keep a track, I can just keep a track on that, right? So with this provision, I can have a look at the details of items which have released to production or quality or whatever department, right? Have not been released yet, right? So now what do I mean by release, not yet released yet? So now as a designer, say let's say we are handling say 1,000 or 2,000 component machine. So sometimes what happens is basically we partially release some drawings today, we partially release some other drawings next day, right? So at one stage we do not realize what are the drawings which have been released and which are yet to be released. So with this option, you can click and you can create a report which will give you the details of items which are not released yet, and you will be releasing only those items which have not been released. Yeah. Next is the fabrication place, understanding the fabrication place, like what are the items which are required to be fabricated in-house, what are required to be outsourced, right? So that can be done in a click of a button. You can just quickly create a report. one of the interesting feature, or one of my favorite features, I would say, is the project costing, right? So what here we do is basically we have tried to cover, based on our experience, we have tried to cover most of the cost component of the project, right? And when I say cost component, fabrication, engineering, packing, transportation, so there could be any other component which is required to be customized based on your industry requirement, that can be done here, right? So now what we here do is basically we create, we actually select the assembly for which we need to do the costing, right? So as soon as I select that, so what happens is basically it opens the assembly, it reads out the information and gives me the material details of material and the respective weight in that particular machine, right? So it gives me the complete composition. As a user, what I'm supposed to do is basically I need to put in the per kg cost of each and every material grade. So what do I mean by per kg cost? So now let's say I'm using stainless steel SS304, right? So SS304 cost me 350 rupees a kilo. So what does that mean? It means it includes my material cost, handling charges, pickling passivation charges, welding charges, operation charges, etc. So that's a lump sum cost to my company, right? Similarly, for the plain carbon steel, let's say it's 130 rupees a kilo, right? So that is basically, that includes my, again, my material handling, surface treatment, operation, etc. So that's a lump sum cost to my company, right? So similarly for each and every, and these costs can vary industry to industry, right? So here we are trying to do it based on the respective weight of the material, since most of the industries follow the weight concept, wherein they get the they place order to the vendors on in terms of weight for the material, right? So we have gone with the weight concept. So if some of the industries also follow the concept of the part wise or the machine wise or operation wise cost, so that can also be customized out there, right? So based on the each and every component. Next comes the engineering. So engineering, basically, let me talk about the engineering is like, so the number of hours I take to complete the design, right? So designing, drafting for that, right? So designing, every engineer does have a per head cost, right? So how much does it cost me, right? So how much time will it take? So I can put that. So if I need to do some kind of structural calculation, or if I need to do some kind of CFD calculation, I can add that hours as well as its respective cost. Next comes the packing cost. So now every component, every design component has to be packed, right? So for a domestic order, we do a roadworthy packing. For an export job, we do a seaworthy packing, right? So based on the respective packing type, we do the we create the number of boxes and enter the per cubic feet cost. Last is the transportation, how much vehicle I need, or how much containers may I need to transport this, right? So there is the material and the respective weight. So here I'll just go and put my respective cost, right? So right now I'm putting some random prices just for understanding, right? Let's say 50 plain carbon steel, let's say 110, last I said 130, PT integrated I say 50, Liberian I say 60, let me call this 80, and this is, let's say, 200, right? So that's my material fabrication cost, right? Going to the engineering, I'll put, say, design engineering, I say, let's say 175 hours, and my per hour, say, let's cost is 250 rupees per hour, right? Or let's say I need to do some kind of CFD in this project, and that's 25-hour job, and that will cost me, let's say, 600 rupees. Packing, let's say I need to do a roadworthy packing, right? And my box size is, say, 50 feet by 50 feet by 50 feet, and I need 2 number of boxes, and my cost per cubic feet is, let's say, 30 rupees. Transportation, I say, let's say I need a 40 feet truck for this, and I need one number of vehicle, and it will cost me 1,20,000, right? And I say create report. So as soon as we click on this, we get an individual thing out there, right? So we get the details of the fabrication individually, engineering, right, as well as the packing and the transportation, and that's the total project cost. So now here, if you want to put some margins to your project, you can do that, right? And any customization required in this template or any other properties, that can be done, right? Last is the comparison of machines. Comparison is nothing but basically here we are giving you a provision to plan your multiple projects at the same time and reduce the considerable amount of material scrap. So how do we do that? Say, let's say we manufacture machines, we do a lot of stuff, we make, say, let's say we are a packaging machine manufacturer, let's say, right? So now a packaging machine may have a different model variants, right? So different variants may be available for different models, right? So there are, let's say, 5 variants for a one particular model of machine, right? So when I say variant, all the machine will have some parts in common, right? And some parts would be unique. So let's say we get an order for, let's say, 3 or 4 models of those machines. So what, as a practice, we do is we plan all the projects individually, and every project does have a different project manager for the execution of project, right? So let's suppose that there are 3 projects in process. Let's say project A, project B, project C, right? And there is a component X which is common in all the 3 machines. Let's say in A, it is in 10 numbers. In B, let's say it's in 5 numbers. And in C, let's say it's in 25 numbers, right? So now, as I start planning, I'll plan 10 separately, 5 separately, and 25 separately, right? So when the project C will have a considerably less amount of scrap because the number of similar components is same, right? Similarly, in the project B, there will be more scrap because I'll be planning for only 5 numbers, right? In 10, it would be lesser than the 25 numbers, but it would be more than, sorry, it would be lesser than 5 numbers of planning, but project B, it would be lesser than project B, but greater than project C, right? So now what if I plan 25 plus 10 plus together? So that will help me plan my project together and consider my all the common components together, and I end up saving a lot of material to my organization, right? So now how do we do that? Basically here, what we do is basically we allow users to compare maximum of 5 projects at a time, and we let you identify the common parts, common hardware, common BOP items. So now let's say my purchase want to order some material, right? So if I give a volume order, I'll get a volume cost benefit from my vendor as well, right? So that is again a huge saving. Next, we need to print only the single drawing for one particular part, one common parts, right? We need not print multiple drawings for multiple projects, right? So the common components, I can print the drawings only once. So that's again a huge saving of paper to my organization, right? So overall, the idea of BOM creator is to automate your process as well as reduce your complete stress out there, what we day to day as a challenge we face, right? So the concept of BOM creator comes in to automate your complete manufacturing process, right? To reduce your, as I said again, reduce your time of the complete process, right? Which takes too long, or we unknowingly we sometimes miss some of the opportunities because of this, right? So we are trying to cover all those stuff to handle everything very, very precisely and easily, right? So that gives you an ease to handle all the projects, right? So we need minimum of 2 assemblies, 2 machines to compare. So I've selected one, the other one is being in process. You can see the progress bar down there, right? So it gives you the details of how much. And as soon as this progress will complete, I can just click and start creating the reports. right? So this is done. So I'll just go click on the compare parts. So now as soon as I click on that, it has created the report. I'll see the Excel. So this gives me the details. These are the comparison of these two machines. These are the common parts. These are the unique parts, right? So this is the quantity in machine 1, this is the quantity in machine 2, and this is the total quantity. So this report gives the production team an idea how much items they get to manufacture and how much has to be assembled in respective machine, right? So that becomes a clear-cut information. Similarly, if I want to know the common hardwares or the unique hardwares, I can just click and again create a report, which gives me again an information on the details of hardware. So these two compared. So these are the items common and these are the unique and this is the total quantity. So this eases out my complete process. Sorry. Right. So any questions? Anything you like to ask? Any questions, queries, anything you'd like to know? Okay. So with BOM creator, basically now we are creating a complete detailed BOM, right? And as I said, we can release these BOMs during the design phase itself. Okay. Commercials we can serve. Adonics will get back to you on the commercial part. We can talk to the Adonics team on the costing part, right? Yeah. So yeah. So you can, as I said, you can release BOM during the design phase itself. As soon as my 3D design is complete, I can start releasing those BOMs, right? So as we said, again, ERP, direct integration, a direct collaboration, either in the form of Excel CSV or a direct integration, understanding your database of the ERP system. We can do the customization, required customization. A complete level by level detail BOM, right? With images or without images, the way you want, you can create it. You can create some priority list for the better planning of your project, execution of the project. You can now keep a track of release of drawings, right? Which department, how many times, with the respective count. How do we mark? How can we mark revision in BOM? So you need not mark the revisions in the BOM. What we basically we have a database which will keep the as whenever you create a BOM, it will keep the revision of that stored in their in the software itself, in the database, right? So you can know which version of BOM is it, right? And you can even know the differences between the first version and the second version. That complete is being taken care by the R system, our database, which will be implemented, will be at your place. So each version of your BOM will have a different file, right? So once I create a BOM today, there could be, and say after I do some modification, and after 15 days I recreate another BOM. So it will basically give you a difference between the first version and the second version, as well as the keep the complete track of that information. So now in-house fabrication, outsourced fabrication, that can be done easily, right? Complete project costing, the click of button. Next, the planning of again project, identifying the common and the unique parts, right? So key benefits, what we talk is the error-free BOM, right? So when I reduce my error, I reduce my project delays, right? So tracking of drawings simplified, calculation project cost with a click, managing multiple release of drawings, right? So this works as an add-on, as a top-up to your SolidWorks 3D CAD system, as well as Solid Edge. It generates report in Microsoft Excel and also the format you need. It's not only the Microsoft Excel it works along. If you have OpenOffice or any Excel, right? So it will work with that. So it's not necessary you must have a Microsoft Excel. So it could be Microsoft Excel, it could be OpenOffice Excel, it could be any kind of Excel. And all the fields, all the templates can be customized as per your requirement, your industry requirements. So that's the product matrix. So we have 3 modules: BOM Creator Lite, BOM Creator Advanced, BOM Creator Premium, right? So Premium being the highest version, Lite is the basic version. So Lite will have the ERP collaboration thing, the design BOM, part list and the planning for the based on the lead time. Bomb Grid Advanced will have all the features of Light Plus. It will have the tracking details of drawing, project costing, fabrication place details. Premium will have, of course, the light and advanced feature as well as the comparison of machines. So it's a standalone license, right? And it has to be renewed every year, right? So it's a term license based thing. So every year you have to renew it. If you don't renew it, the license will get expired. And you need an Excel version working on that, and it must be installed only on the systems which have SolidWorks or Solid Edge, right? So these are the few of our customers who have been using our solution. So Shubham Pack is a company based out in Ballabgarh who are into the manufacturing of packaging machines, right? Packaging and the all the special purpose type of machines for food industry, for your toiletries, etc. Right? They make all the kind of packaging machines. Another Speedway machines, another customer from packaging background. So they are into the pouch making machines for your all the food industries. Other Movro Technologies, they are into the manufacturing of the conveying system and the automation of the complete process, right? Mahavir Group, they are into the manufacturing of special purpose machine for making of the cups, right? They make cup making machines, the disposable paper cups, right? They make these machines for paper cups. Competent, they are into the manufacturing of crimping tools, crimping machinery. Dashmesh, they are into the manufacturing of the agriculture equipments, harvester, right? No. So before we end, I'll just try to run a case study of our customer.
Created as Gangar Packaging in 1998, they became Shum Flexible Packaging Machines Private Limited in 2002. A creation of Mr. Virendra Sharma, Managing Director. Shum today is the leader in manufacturing of multi-line cast packing machines. Shum not only boasts of some big names in its client list within India, it also has an enviable list of customers worldwide. A continuous endeavor towards attainment of excellence and seeking of new technologies and quality-centric processes gives us the strength to make commitments that others cannot match. Established in 1990, Speedway Machines Private Limited has made a name for itself in the list of top suppliers of packaging machine and sealing machine in India. They are located in New Delhi, India, and are one of the leading sellers of supreme quality of drink PVC label gluing and rewinding machine, polyside sealing and cutting machine, duplex bottom sealing, and registered cutting machine, pouch making machine, etc. Counted as one of the top suppliers, they are involved in offering a wide range of bag making machine, center sealing machine, Their products are widely recommended by clients owing to its quality and consistent performance. Furthermore, they work under the headship of Mr. Shiraz Ahmed. Under their mentor direction, the company has attained a prominent place in the market. Muvro Technologies, located at
So this is Muvro
Ghaziabad, Uttar
Technologies.
Pradesh, are the manufacturers of powered roller conveyor, accumulation roller conveyor, gravity roller conveyor, PVC belt conveyor, modular belt conveyor, side flex modular conveyor, zero tangent radial, automated guided vehicles, mobile robots, warehouse automation system, high-speed shoe sorter, swivel wheel sorter, cross-belt sorter, etc. Muvro Technologies are also transforming material handling products with innovative solutions that are custom designed to meet unique customer needs. Their custom designs for the specific needs of each customer, their automation technology, is the perfect solution for any product line, regardless of industry.
So yeah, so those were some of the videos from our customers who are using our solution, right? So you can go ahead and ask your questions or queries, anything you have. You can unmute your mic and you can ask your question if you have any. Thanks. So anyone have any question, or in case you want to contact us, you can get in touch with the Adonix team immediately, right? So they can help you with further details. And if anyone needs a specific demo for their respective organization with their respective teams or an organization, so they can also again request, they can send a request to Adonix team for that. So we can do a specific demo for your respective industry as well. We can present this to your management or your team if you want. And also, I always, if you have any question, you can write to them, or you can write to us directly. We can help. We will be able to help you with the right answers. We'll try to answer you with the right question and right answers, right? Can we get surface area? Yes, we can. Yes, we can get the detail of surface area as well if you want. Yes, we can get that. So if we have no more questions, we can end this session here. Oh, there's another question, I believe. No speaker here. Am I not audible? Am I not audible out there? Hello? Okay, you can just unmute your mic. You can unmute your mic and you can talk, I believe. Ah, okay. Mic. Or maybe we can call you after this session and we can discuss in detail. If you don't mind, sir, then. Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, then we'll end the session right now here. And anyone who, as I said, if you need a specific demo or specific discussion, they can write to us directly or to the Adonics team. So we'll get in touch soon. And I'd like to thank everyone for sparing your valuable time. And please stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you. Good day.